Your journey will be different from mine because it's God's dream for you, not me. My prayer is that the gritty, transparent sharing of mine will be a challenge, comfort, and guide for you as you struggle to find your own unique adventure in the tangle of life, love, vocation, church, and family. I want to leave you with one last picture today. It's the blessing from our children, for whom your generous giving provides life-saving food, shelter, medicine, and most of all, a tangible manifestation of Christ through daily loving care. Your support makes it possible for us to save, tend, and protect these precious children. With your help, we're breaking the cycle of violence in war zones and raising up orphans to be the next generation of Christ-like peacemakers in their own country. Thank you for that. Each morning, the children gather outside for open assembly before their school day begins, and they sing praises to God and prayers for us who support them. If you ever visit them, we do lots of short-term trips every year. If you ever visit them, they'll greet you from their rank and file just like this by extending their hand towards you. So it is, I leave you with their warmest greeting and their greatest gratitude for your prayers and financial support. Thank you.
Last night, I had the privilege of sitting with Kimberly and hearing some of what she shared this morning. And as I was sitting listening, and she was talking about what their ministry does, Please Know Church, we already support them. Right? We support Midway Partners. As I was sitting there, I began in my heart, just on the couch, to pray for the government today, that God would change them. Thought hit me that if I were born there, I would be doing the same thing. That my sinful nature is no greater because I'm in the United States than the men who are treating these women and children like that. And it was just such an eye-opener, because we go through our existence and we think that life is easy when there are people that don't know that phrase. But to hear stories that there are people in those places that can say Christ makes it easy to get through. I was dumbfounded. I stood up at the end and said, I don't even know what to say. I don't get it. I can't grasp it. I can't put my arms around it. I don't understand how this place, this is happening in the world that we live in. My wife and I got in the car to leave, and she said, it's just like, what all that matters? How can the church go on and this is happening? And I looked at Kimberly last night and said, church, you understand, God told the church to love the widows and orphans. God didn't tell the government to. God told us. Now, I appreciate what she says, and that her calling may not be the same as yours. But I'm telling you today, you have been called to something. You sit here and you think that what you go and your plan, as she said last night, your plan is what it's all about. Has that plan been laid at the feet of your Savior? Have you said, God, I give you my life. You gave yours for me. The least I can do is give you mine. In Acts chapter 17, Luke writes, Paul is talking in Athens, and he says, from one man he made every nation of men, that they should inhabit the whole earth. And he determined the time set for them and the exact places where they should live. You were born here because God willed it. And they were born there because God has willed that. That does not mean that there is this ability for us to just pretend it's not happening. And so I'm challenging you, church, as your pastor, as someone sitting in the chairs listening to the same message, can you please open your heart to realize that there is something bigger that God has for you? That your plan, perhaps just for a little while, maybe the rest of your life, put it aside and say, Jesus Christ, what is it that I get to do with you? Where is it that I get to go? Who is it that we get to love?